All right, so this is another one that is similar type of problem. Okay, so you have a number 32, it is increased to 35. What is the percentage by which the number was increased, rounded to the nearest tenth? Okay, so this is your original number 32, and this is the final number, right? Okay, so normally you have general solution, general format would be original number multiplied by 100%. Since this is increased, so you need to add that x percentage. So this is the percentage that you increase the original number into to make it 35, to make it the final value. Okay, so let's substitute some values now. So your original is 32. So 32 times 1 plus x. Um, so you can't really combine 1 plus x because they're not like terms, but you can change them into a decimal format, right? So the 100%, you change that one into a decimal, that becomes 1 plus the x percent becomes 0.01x. Okay, so no more percentage equals 35. Okay, now the reason this number right here, the x, normally your decimal is at the end and you want to change it at the end, right? So you want to change this is a percentage, you want to change it into a decimal, so you move 1 2, so that 1 2 you add a 1 0, but it doesn't really make sense to say 0.0x, so you need to put a 1 in there. So 0.01x. Okay, so now you can divide both sides by 32, or maybe another way is, instead of divide both sides, you can distribute the 32. Let's do that. So 32 plus 32 times zero point zero 0.01, that's going to be 0.32x equals 35. So I distributed 32. So this is another way of solving it. Earlier, I just divided everything by 32. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract this by, now I'm going to subtract this by 32. Not that. All right, and subtract both sides by 32. So therefore you have 0.32x, you can put 0 here, equals 3. And so to find x, you divide this both sides by 0.32. So therefore x equals whatever is that number there. Okay, so let's try. I don't have a calculator. 3 divided by 0.32. So 9.375. Okay. So it'll be 9.3750. So that's the answer when you divide. However, it says nearest tenth, so that means it's one decimal place. So this becomes x equals 9.4 because that 37 is greater than 5. So therefore, you increase 9.4% to make it 35. Okay. All right. So there is a let me get another problem so that you have more examples of this. Uh, so another increased, decreased. I can find another one. There. Oops, that should be the good one. I'm looking for another problem. They're all increased. Okay, this one. All right, so this is the second one. Okay, so the number, okay, so your original times 100%. Now this is decrease, so now you do minus x percent equals the final value. Okay, so let's substitute. So your original is 80. Okay, your final value, so from 80 it becomes 75. And so the 100%, you change that into decimal, that becomes 1. The x becomes 0.01x. Okay. We can distribute the 80. So now you have 80 minus 80 times 0.01 is zero point 0.8 or 0.8x equals 75. You subtract 80 on both sides. So now you have negative 0.8x equals negative 5. And so now you divide this by negative zero point 0.8 and negative zero point 0.8. So your x equals, oh, that's negative zero point 0.8. So that's 5 times 4 over 5. So 5 over 4. So that's going to be 25 over 5 over 4, or 6.25. So this is 6.25%. Okay, so 6.25%, but then you need to round it to the nearest tenth. So therefore, x is going to be 6.3 because that 2 after 2 is 5. Okay, and the rule is if it's 5 and above, you round the nearest tenth. So this is your final answer. Okay, so hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have more questions.